Hello, good morning. My name is David Lebna. Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to show you how to repot your tomato seedlings, and I'm going to talk about a couple of things that I think are very important to keep in mind as you're doing that. But first, I just want to talk really quick about what I have going on here. Right here in these two big pots, I am planting peas. I'm planting sugar snaps. Sugar snaps are very fun to grow. They grow really fast, and if you're growing in a climate like me where the growing season is kind of short, these are nice because they're actually cold weather crops. You can plant them outside very early in the season. So I already planted these like 2 weeks ago. They take a little bit of time to germinate. I was actually getting a little bit worried the other day because I didn't see anything come up for over 2 weeks. But now eventually, or at last night, I saw that one started to come up. So I'm very excited about that. So if you've never tried to plant peas before, I highly recommend you try it out. It's really fun and very rewarding. That's it about peas. So let's get into the tomatoes. Alright, so I'm going to show you how I repot my tomato seedlings. If you take a close look at a tomato plant, you will see that it has little hairs that grows out from the stem. This specific plant is a good example because if you look very closely towards the bottom of the stem, you will see that it has little dots or little bumps. And those are actually roots that are starting to come out from the stem. And there's even one down here at the very bottom that has grown out of the stem and grown down to the soil. So all of these little hairs will actually form new roots eventually. So that means that when you transplant these into bigger pots, you want to plant it deep. So this one, for instance, I will plant this all the way up to the first leaf. And that way it will grow more roots. That's what you really strive for the plant to have as much roots as possible, because that will set it up good for the rest of its life. So these have been growing inside for the last couple of weeks, for about 8 weeks now. And now they're ready to go in the next pot. And how do I know that? I know that from the size of it. Normally you want the plant to be about anywhere between 5 to 10 centimeters. So this one is somewhere around there. Now I know that this is a small variety, it's a pot tomato, so they grow kind of short. And the next thing you want to look out for is if you take it out and you look underneath, you will see that the roots are starting to come out. This one is not too bad. I mean, it could be worse, definitely, but I'm definitely gonna repot this. So how I like to do this, I have my tray here. I fill up my tray with potting soil, just like this. I think it's easier to work from here than work from the bag. That's why I always do it like this. You have your pots that are a little bit bigger than the first one. And you know what? I want to say this as well. When your plant reaches this size, these could actually go outside in big pots or in the ground or wherever you're planning to grow your tomatoes. But since it's only April and where I'm growing, it can still get really cold in the night, so I don't want to put these outside just yet, especially not in the nighttime. So what you want to do, you take out a pot, you fill it up with some soil. You don't want to put too much in the bottom because, as I said, you want to plant this deep. So you put some soil in the bottom, you take your plant, you put it in, you hold it tightly, you fill it up with soil, just like that. One more. There we go. And you press it down, just like that. This is very easy. So that's really all you have to do. Now you're done with this one, the first one. I'm gonna do 2 more of these because it's 2 in the pots. I'm gonna show you how you can easily divide these up. So I always plant 2 seeds in each pot, like I said before. Because if one doesn't come up, you know you have the next one. If 2 comes up, you have 2. Sometimes, when you repot your plants, you may see that it takes a very long time for them to start growing again after you replant them, and that's because the root system might have gotten a little bit damaged in the transplant. So just keep cool and it will start growing back. So I fill up my pots, a little bit of soil in the bottom, like that. I think that's enough. Maybe a little bit more because they will get smaller when I separate them. Okay. So what you do is put your nails right in between them. Try to be as careful as you can. Sometimes I mash them up, and you don't want to do that. If you can, take your time, take your time, take your time, take your time. Whoa, okay. A good idea, before you do this, I didn't do this time, is to give them some water, because that will keep the soil together better. Now it's kind of dry, so it's falling apart. Okay, I put some more soil inside because this got kind of mashed up. That's it, that goes inside. Just like that, be careful with the whole thing. Put it in. All right, so I still have space to plant it deeper. Okay, there we go. So now when your pots have gotten some new soil and it's starting to get warm outside, you're starting to see the sun, you want to take them outside. But you want to be very careful of putting your plants in the direct sunlight, because they can't really take the sun. You have to acclimate them first. In my next video, I will be talking a little bit more about acclimation, why it is important and why you have to do it. So we have one more. Rest it inside, just like so. Hold it with one finger, fill it up. Okay, so I think you get this. I don't have to do the next 2, because I don't really have much else to talk about in this video. Not right now, at least. If there's something that wasn't clear about this video, or if you think that I'm doing something completely wrong or crazy, or you do it completely different, you could let me know in the comments. We could start some discussions. We could learn from each other. I'm also here to learn as much as I'm here to teach you guys. So all comments are welcome. If you like these videos, if you think that I'm doing something right, you could like this video, you could subscribe to the channel, you could leave a comment, you could follow me on Instagram. I have the same name on Instagram. And I'll see you in the next video.